Welcome everybody to another awesome episode of Harm's Way Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Craig. Across from me, again as always, my awesome plaid-wearing motherfucking brother, Eric. Eric, what is going on?
I wasn't ready for this.
You weren't ready for the show?
No, I wasn't. Not at all.
Alright.
I don't know if it's because it's been a week, or...
That's fine. Alright guys, you can find us. Just kidding. No, it does feel weird, right?
It feels like a long time.
Yeah, it does. When's the last time we did it? Sunday? Sunday. So it hasn't been... I don't know. It does feel like a long time, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was Sunday.
So, what is new? Alright, since it's been so long, what's new? What's going on? Anything?
I got the plasma table about halfway built.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to work on that more tonight. Yeah, there's some... drilling and stuff I got to do.
Drilling.
Yeah, most of it's just been assembly to this point, but
okay.
There's some definite design flaws and maybe some questionable design decisions that the company I bought it from made. But we'll figure it out.
Look pretty sturdy.
There's some things I could probably upgrade, honestly.
A little fabrication we can do to it. Don't want to avoid any warranties though.
No, like replace parts.
Oh, okay.
Replace parts with stuff that's not
how goes it on the
made
front
out
of
paper mache or from China.
How goes it on the front of getting electrical run?
Oh, fuck. Don't even fucking get me started. I'll get pissed and start throwing shit.
Alright, so that's good.
That's just Dad making excuses and shit. Well, that's the thing. He kept... I confronted him about it the one night, and I said, I feel like you're Stalin. Or just like...
Joseph Stalin.
Looks like Joseph Stalin. He does.
If he asks me about his fucking rototiller, I'm going to tell him he can have it back when he runs that electrical for us.
Do it. Help me out here.
Do you want me to come over and just start taking random shit from his garage?
No, don't do that. Because some of the random shit I need to use every now and then.
It'll be...
But no, I confronted him about it. I was like, why, every time I ask you about this, like, why do you keep, putting it off? Are you stalling or something? He's like, no, I just want to see it built so I can properly assess what's,
Oh my God.
I'm like,
what are you, a fucking senator?
He said that, and I heard, fuck you, Eric, I'm not helping you with anything. So that was why the other... I started putting it together the other day when it was that weekend when we got down into single digits.
Yeah, and then did you feel it yesterday when I
was
went
that
home?
last weekend?
Yeah, yeah, it was 70 degrees yesterday though.
I know. It was like room temperature. Walking outside.
Fucking open the windows.
But, yeah, so... Right when I got started, it was single digits, and I said, fuck it, I'm getting started on this anyway, because I want it built so that he can't...
Did you go get a jet heater for the garage?
No, we're not there yet.
Okay. Well,
I'm not insulating the fucking ceiling, either. I tell you, I got up in the attic. You climb up that fucking ladder, there's just a wall of boxes. There's a one box that says Eric, 3rd grade.
I think
I'm like, what the fuck, man?
I think we're alright if we insulate the walls. The only
I ain't insulating shit. Fuck that.
Oh, you're not doing it?
No, fuck that.
Last time we talked about it.
No.
Sorry, I thought that was the plan.
I'm not even going to bother.
Because
eventually I want to try to build it.
I don't think
a garage out back.
Yeah, I don't think... Don't save the money and save the effort. Why, Dave? Fuck them, that's why. And,
no.
Yeah, that way...
I'll put a heater in there, but I'm not fucking insulating shit.
Well, I don't even know if you necessarily need a jet heater or something. That's all butane. If you just want to get a...
no, I'm just going to do one of those natural gas, forced air.
Oh, so you're going to run the gas line and do all that?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Dad's going to run a gas line out there, but...
You're fucking high, man. You got like Alzheimer's or something. You're thinking...
I'm waiting for the inevitable fallout, and then I'm just going to look him right in the eye and tell him that I hired an electrician to come over and do it, and
you're gonna make his pee-pee
just watch him come undone. Like, fuck you, Dad. I hired an electrician. I am an electrician. Fuck you.
Wait. Just replace his belt with a bunch of dildos.
I imagine an electrician watching another electrician come into his house to do electrical work.
It's kind of like flex.
It's kind of like that Native American that was looking at the trash dump and a tear coming down his eye, coming down his cheek.
That's like Poseidon comes out of the ocean just as you're dropping a fucking loaf in the fucking Atlantic Sea. Like, yeah. That's the hardest flex, though. Because That guy,
No,
and I hope the guy's younger than Dad too,
No.
because it's Dad 40 years.
The hardest flex is I do it myself, and the fucking house burns down.
No, that's not a flex, Eric. That's a
That
fucking
is a
crime.
flex. Hey man, you should have just helped me. I wouldn't have fucked up.
I'm gonna flex till the flames come home, motherfucker.
Yeah. So I'm not doing the insulation. Fuck that. Yeah, I wanted to get a jump on it and then just not put it off. So I was like 8 degrees. I'm not afraid. But it got to the point. Where it was like that one night I was out there working until like 2 in the morning or some shit.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I couldn't stay out there for more than a half hour. It's just fucking freezing.
You look over, Jasmine's just frozen with a fucking wall.
I'd come out, tighten a few bolts, and go back inside.
Why didn't you ask me? I think I have a heater over here.
It was the middle of the night.
Whatever. No,
Yeah, I was sleeping in until like 8 p.m. and I was getting up, going out there and working on the fucking table.
I really hope Dad doesn't listen to this fucking episode. But,
Why? I thought it was pretty funny.
no, it's... Talk about the Native American with the tear. Dad just watching Joseph Stalin looking motherfucker, just single tear running down. Like, oh, I should have pulled out. Twice. But, just to clarify, our father is a remarkable human being, right? He's probably one of the hardest working individuals I've ever met in my life at his 9 to 5.
It's true.
And by 9 to 5, I mean
dude.
his 80-hour work week job. He is the hardest working son of a bitch. And when he actually gets on a project, it's done perfect. To a T.
He is that.
White glove. Yeah.
I'm going to blow up the engine getting across the finish line. And coincidentally, that finish line lines up with our mailbox.
That's a good one.
He gives it his all, man, until he gets in the driveway. And then he might as well have gone out for ice cream and never come back.
It's milk, but yeah.
No, I love you, Dad.
He's just gonna say, fuck
Mom.
you.
Nah.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Mom is the
That was-
greatest supporter unless
that
we're
was-
doing something she doesn't like.
That was revenge for that note she left us.
So,
No, I was pretty proud of her. When I get up in the morning, she's all dressed and ready to go, like, take Charlie to school.
dude, she
whatnot.
is...
I'm like,
She's the
Good on you,
greatest
Mom.
godsend. Like, I've talked to Rachel about this, like, a lot. Like, there's anything and everything that we have or we achieve, like, we owe to her in some way, shape, or form.
okay.
Because,
Well,
No, shut the fuck up.
Slow down,
Because-
Dale.
no, we're in this neck-breaking speed. Hashtag got him. Mom, Rachel and I wouldn't be able to do what we're doing without her. Like, what she does for us during the week. Now, that being said,
That is true.
It does piss me off when I'm calling her. I'm like, hey, can you watch him for an hour on Saturday? And she's like, oh, Murder, She Wrote. And I'm like, fucking hey, dude. Like, are you kidding me? And she has to think about it, then she does it. But I try not to do that often. That's the thing. Like, when she has her days off or her time off, or we're watching or whatever, that's set in stone. I want her to have her as much time as she wants. But yeah, what she does for us during the week, I cannot stress enough. I wouldn't have a fucking job, Eric, if it wasn't for her. And we are very fortunate that we have her to do that for us, because a lot of people don't.
Attentive parents. We had parents that gave a fuck about us.
Yes.
Really gave a fuck.
Which made up for the racism.
Like, not just, oh, okay, I'm not talking like the, wait, what?
I'm just kidding, Mom and Dad. You're not that racist. But
I thought you were talking about me.
no,
I'm getting tired.
you let that go
I'm getting
for a
tired.
solid 15 seconds.
I'm getting tired of your sideways comments about me.
What are you talking? Hey, I resent that.
Fuck you.
I don't have sideways.
I'm taking
First
this off.
off,
I'm sweating my ass
yeah,
off.
dude. I don't know why you wear a flannel in Satan's fucking
It fucking
dumpster
look
basement.
good. It looks good. No, fuck.
You gonna have another Micah Parsons jersey?
It
under
is
there?
fucking hot. No, what if I took this off and I had my Jonathan Isaac jersey on?
You should have a tattoo of a penis just perfectly centered in your chest.
Love me some semen.
Semen.
It's my Navy tattoo.
Dad does want to get a tattoo though. Side note. I want to be there for that. Because the skin won't heal right.
Oh, yeah.
But he,
oh, dude, he'd bleed like a motherfucker. A few days ago, he was walking through the kitchen, blood just pouring down his arm, and I'm like, Dad, you're bleeding. He goes, oh, I am?
I fell off the shitter. Something weird like that. What was I saying?
I sneezed. It just started bleeding from my elbows.
No, that's his anus.
Whoa.
Yes, we were talking about Mom and Dad. Well, first of all, the sideways comment thing, come on, man. Like, that's my bread and butter. But I don't mean them.
Yeah, you do.
No, don't you fucking dare. The sideways comments are funny because a lot of them don't, like, not a lot of them, but it's like 40, 60. Don't make sense.
I was just joking. I think they're funny.
It's very funny. And Mom and Dad, I feel like when we get on them on a show, it's just a shit fest. But Mom, and watch, I'm praising Mom, she'll never fucking watch this episode. And
yeah, she hasn't watched the last 40.
She
I can't believe I just said that. We've got, what is this, 53?
53. We've got so many shows where we say good things about her, and she watches the one show where we dumped on her for like 4 seconds.
That was a big coincidence.
And she's like, fuck you guys, I should have drowned you in a bathtub. And, which is, I think, subconsciously what the note meant.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so, Mom, appreciate you, love you. Valentine's Day's coming up. I'll give you a hug or something. I don't know.
Valentine's Day. For once, February is not the grayest fucking month of the year.
Oh, dude.
It usually...
Thank you for saying gray and literally not any other color that would have made that racist. Isn't February?
Oh, it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
No, I've made that joke before about how Valentine's Day makes no sense to me because they put it's in the just the grayest, not coldest technically, but grayest, most snow-filled, miserable month of the fucking year.
I think it's the one time that like women can't shove it in men's face though. You know how like Mother's Day they can be like, oh, single moms, oh, and then Father's Day they can be like, oh, I'm my son's
child
father.
support.
No, they can. It's the one time where if you're alone, you're just fucking alone. Like, get over it. Like, spring's coming. Like, don't hang yourself yet. But there's not Valentine's. To me, it's just a crock of shit. Like, I love my wife. Obviously, it's like Sweetest Day. I'm not.
Sweetest Day is stupid.
Exactly.
There's already Valentine's Day.
I think Valentine's Day is fucking stupid. It's another. I don't know. I don't have I'm not in a relationship where Valentine's Day is the deciding factor on whether or not I'm gonna be.
Did you think
with somebody the next day?
Did you think I was gonna say the blackest month of the year? Did you think I was gonna say that?
I said thank you for using gray because black or brown might have gotten us a few less listeners, or a few more. No, we don't want that crowd.
Talk about the weather, like describe.
No, yeah. I got you, and I wasn't turning it racist. It was funny the way you said gray. I was like, nameless gray faces. Speaking of the Browns, not to get off topic again, but big shout out to Joe Thomas.
Topics. You can talk about whatever you want.
The greatest tackle in the league is finally making it in. And I don't say finally, he's the first ballot, but he's going into the Hall of Fame.
Really?
Joe Thomas. Yep.
Good for him.
Love you. Big old. Not big old. Have you seen him since he...
Oh, he slimmed down.
Oh, dude, he's ripped, though.
Yeah.
Now he's just like a 6'5", like, god. Mm-hmm. And he looks good. He looks healthy. He looked healthy when he played, too. But this dude, for 13th season or whatever, however long it was, tossing people around. Browns, he was the shining star in a grim fucking factory of sadness, as we like to call it, or refer to it as. So I'm so happy that he made it into the Hall of Fame. Me bringing this up will be the last time I talk about the Hall of Fame until my dude Sean Alexander makes it in. Fuck you, Hall of Fame. Make it right.
Interesting. In other sports news, I keep forgetting the superb owl was this week.
The what? The
superb owl.
The Super Bowl. Mahomes made MVP. Not very happy about that. Garrett Wilson made Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Is Mahomes going for some kind of record or something?
Yeah,
because I saw a headline that said something about he was about to make history, and I didn't know if that was.
Well, this is the second Super Bowl played in, If he wins, it'll be his second Super Bowl one. So he'd be 2-0 in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He still has awards for racist wife and shittiest brother. So those are cool.
I was gonna say when I saw the headline, I thought, does this have something to do with him being black?
He's black?
Isn't he? He's half black, isn't he?
Is he?
I don't know.
No, I think he. I
don't know. I was wondering if there's some kind of record he was going for or something.
There's two. It's the first. I think it's the first time that two African American quarterbacks are facing off in the Super Bowl. Maybe. I feel like that's.
I don't even know who Philly's quarterback is.
Oh, the truth, Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
I love that guy. Actually,
okay.
He's the one that went to Alabama. He got benched in the national championship, and they put 2 in, and then they went on to win. And then he said, "Fuck you, Alabama," and he went over to Oklahoma, and I believe he won the Heisman. I could be wrong.
Did he really?
I think.
Good for him. That's like him, and then I love Joe Burrow just because of his story.
Yeah.
You know, because he got benched by Ohio State. And then he said, "Deuces."
He never started. He played a couple games, but he never hurt. He never started.
That's what I meant to say. He didn't start.
We should have.
He said, "Deuces." Goes to LSU and just.
Jalen Hurts won the Heisman in 2019.
Cool. Other sports news. LeBron broke the all-time scoring record. I remember years ago looking at where he was on the board as far as points scored, and I remember thinking, I think he'll get close, but I don't think he'll break it. And
really?
Then, yeah, and then I started seeing headlines like this past week, and I was like, they were trying to figure out which game he was going to do it in, and I'm like, damn, I mean...
Well, I didn't think he was going to do it all in one night. He needed 36 or 38 points. He got 38. It's kind of weird. If it was 38, he got it right on the head. But he had a pretty good game. They still lost, but he had a really good game. So I guess my only question with this, Eric, is, and I know you're not a sports fanatic.
No.
Especially basketball. But do you think he's the GOAT?
I don't know, man. I don't think you can... You can't just say greatest, because there's so many fucking categories.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know enough about basketball to be like, okay, if we're talking about like all around, I don't know.
He's going for the other records too, so he's like, I forget what it was.
The thing that surprised me is his longevity, because he might play another 3 or 4 years? You think?
Yeah, it'd be a stretch.
He's still putting up impressive numbers.
He's a fucking monster, though. Like he comes back and he looks like he's in better and better shape, but he just has less and less hair.
Because wasn't it like was it last season? I don't even know when the fucking season started. I lose track of when all this starts and whatnot, when their seasons are. I know recently he had like a 50-point game or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, his longevity is fucking impressive. And from what I've seen lately, the little bit that I've seen lately, yeah, dude, he might continue to play another 3-4 seasons. And at that point, it's like, fuck, he's gonna shatter this fucking thing, and maybe this might be it. Whatever he puts up might never be broken.
Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Joe Burrow won the Heisman that year, not Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, that was my bad. Jalen Hurts finished second in the. I was like, that doesn't seem right because I don't remember Jalen Hurts winning. But it was definitely. He was Heisman runner-up. Yeah, my bad, guys. Go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt.
I think I was done.
So, yeah, I think people get so caught up in this. Is LeBron better? Who is it? LeBron, MJ, blah, blah, blah. And people forget to witness greatness. Because you and I are in a unique position because we didn't get to see Jordan in his prime. We got to see Jordan fizzle out in Washington playing for a weak-ass Wizards team that...
I think I was still too young.
He was shooting pretty well. I watched every Jordan highlight there is. I've witnessed LeBron playing. I wish LeBron would have broke the record in a Cavs jersey for obvious reasons.
I saw Space Jam like 50 times, but I don't think I ever saw him play a game of basketball.
It was there was
Except
so
in Space
much.
Jam.
I will say there was so much great basketball back then. So much.
Yeah.
The longevity of a career was different. The game was different back then. Jordan, to me, changed the game by being a little bitch. And I know that's going to piss a lot of people off and ruin a lot of people, but everybody talks about this soft game of basketball that is now. And how can you say that Jordan is the GOAT when he is the direct reason for that? That's what kills me. So, okay, whatever. Jordan, 6 championships, yeah, I get it. 2 3-peats, I get it, all right? But why did he leave to play baseball and golf? I don't fucking understand.
Have you ever heard the conspiracy theory about that?
No.
Uh,
But I cannot wait.
This is alleged, and this is just what I've heard. He was betting on games. And the league found out about it.
I actually have heard that.
Rather than,
suspend him and ruin his character.
Yeah. They kept it under wraps, and they were like, you need to go away for a little bit, so you need to go do something else. That's the theory. I don't think that's ever been confirmed.
There's no way. I doubt there's a person alive to confirm that. But there was. They tied that to his. No, they tied that to.
It's also the NBA.
They tied that to his father's murder too, Eric.
Did you watch the documentary about remember Tim Donaghy, the ref?
Oh yeah. I didn't watch that. I've read about it a little bit. No. Man. He was the one that let everything out, right?
Really? Yeah.
Well,
fuck yeah, the FBI got involved.
And he's bringing up shit that goes back to
there was some allusions.
Long ago.
There were some allusions to like the NBA commissioner and like the higher ups doing some shady shit. And you should watch it. Everybody should watch it. It's
the whole sports
so like
being
well, yeah, that's another thing that's coming up a lot nowadays.
Sports being rigged.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
there's
a lot of
more
players
Game 7s nowadays than there used to be.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think a lot of players
when money's involved, man,
are coming out and talking about shit. Like I watched Arian Foster's interview. He's an old running back for Houston. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, "Oh, you gotta why he talks about it being rigged." It was obviously fake. Like the way he was talking, it didn't seem genuine. He was, for lack of a better term, talking with a script. He was on someone's podcast saying how the NFL is completely rigged. Instead of going to practice their plays, they were practicing a script that they were all given at the beginning of each day. And if they had so many players were listed as doubtful or injured, they would say, hey, you have a hamstring injury, you're going to be out this week. Excuse me. But it was obvious. To me, it was obvious. Of course, this is my opinion.
He was just talking out his ass.
Somebody's going to watch that and be like, oh, he's 100% on. No. To me, he was just gassing everybody up.
Well, the big thing that comes up is, like, how many series go to Game 7?
That is, when it should be a blowout, or you would think it would be a blowout.
Yeah.
At what point are the players
There's
altering
too much
the
money
game
involved
within the game? Basketball is a hard one to... That's hard. Football, I think football would be pretty hard to script. I don't want to come out and say, no, I think everybody's lying.
I think football would be very hard.
But I'm also not going to say...
No.
You don't think football would be hard to script?
No.
How?
The refs.
What do you mean the refs?
The hardest one to script, I think, would be baseball.
No, I disagree.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you disagree?
Because a pitcher can throw one down the pipe and serve you up a softball. If you've had anybody ever pitch to you and say, hey, I'm giving you my 2-seam right down the middle, you just fucking grip and rip.
You think one pitch?
Oh, 100%. And I think if they say, hey, I'm throwing you my splitter or something, don't swing, and it's low and away, but it's still in the box.
Why would the pitcher be giving away pitches?
To script it. You're saying script, how could it be scripted?
I guess not scripted, but rigged.
Yeah, I think it could be rigged that way too. I think all the signs that you see in baseball, the pitcher could go out and be like, "Hey, each batter I'm throwing."
I don't think the teams go. I don't think the teams go into it with it being scripted. I don't think that's the breakdown here. When I think of it being rigged, it's coming from the umpire's crew. It's coming from the refs.
Okay.
So when you look at let's look at the top 3 sports. The easiest one to rig, probably football. One play, very consequential. Basketball, same thing, but to a lesser degree. There'd have to be a pretty big pattern of
I think nowadays
calling fouls and shit like that, and like key turnovers and stuff. Like you get a turnover in football, it's pretty fucking big. You get a turnover in basketball, it's like, okay.
I think replay makes a bunch of that a little harder. The one I will
baseball,
concede,
if you assume both teams are coming in generally competing, but it hinges on the refs, and some of the refs are some of the umpires are pretty fucking bad. Again, one play in baseball, maybe not all that consequential. You could have a key double play that ends the inning or something and takes the win completely out of their sails, possibly.
So if we had 3
But
sports,
if you got a team that is like putting up the bats and they go up there and hit fucking 8 home runs, and it's like they can kind of take it out of the umpire's hands, kind of take it out of the officiating crew's hands. You know what I mean? Football, you can't really take it out of their hands. Like
let's rank them.
They can throw a flag and fuck you in the ass right there.
The big 3, easiest to hardest to rig. You would say easiest is football.
Yeah.
Middle is what?
Basketball.
And then hardest is baseball.
Yeah.
Okay. I would respectfully disagree, and I would say easiest would be baseball, middle would be football, hardest would be basketball. And that's obviously with replay being in something now. Basketball is hardest because the dimensional of the game is more two-dimensional. It's really hard for a ref. You can't call traveling if the guy doesn't travel. You can't take a bucket away. You can call fouls and shit, but to a certain degree now, fouls are getting looked at. They're getting challenged. If a player doesn't touch a guy, it's really hard for you to call.
They challenge fouls?
I believe you
in
can
basketball?
now. They review them.
I don't know.
Now, as far as football, the caveat to football, because I'm going to change my answer initially, because I said football is hardest. I think basketball is hardest. I think baseball and football would be the easiest because football, you always have a holding call on offense. And this is in the pocket. You always have, I'm going to say 99% of the time, you can call a holding call on at least one offensive lineman. It gets ignored sometimes, and it can get ignored to go the other way, to help the other team. But I think based on penalties alone, penalties are almost on the preference of the referee, and I think that's why most NFL referees are dog shit right now, because they're either altering the game or they're fucking sucking. And they do affect outcomes of the games, and then they deny it outright right after the game. And I think that's a slap in the face to any fan, and I don't think anybody should really, NFL refs should go to hell, because they're just, I don't know how to describe it. You're spitting in the face of people that are paying to see this stuff, and they're saying that they're here for the sanctity of the game, when really it's just an excuse. I don't want to get on a soapbox about that, and then baseball, the easiest ones are Joe West, Angel Hernandez. I don't want to get into my hate speech about those fucks again, but calling balls, calling strikes, everything. Anytime you take an official and you put it up to their opinion or their perception of what's in front of them, it makes it real sketchy and real easy for them to be like, you've seen Angel Hernandez behind the plate.
Yeah, he sucks.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Ball.
Well, Joe West used to...
Ball. Strike. Got him. Strike. Joe West.
He used to get in dick measuring contests with people. He'd be dead wrong, and he would just... He was an egotistical bastard.
He's a son of a bitch.
And
these guys have altered the outcomes of hundreds of games. Easily. Maybe even thousands. But they've literally almost ruined the game of baseball for people. Now that's why I think football and baseball would be the easiest. I think basketball would be.
Which one's easier? Rank them.
Easiest to rig overall.
Easy. Yeah. What's the easiest one to rig?
I think football, because away from the offensive line, you can call pass interference pretty liberally too.
See, that's the thing.
And fuck it up.
How many possessions do you have in football? How many opportunities do you have to score?
I mean, 8 to 10
like
maybe.
Opportunities that are basically given to you because you have...
Without interceptions, turnovers, fumbles, shit like that, yeah.
You might... Typical game.
8.
Yeah, 8. 10. So... and also penalties and the impact they can have. Okay? Penalties are in the hands of the official. The impact it could have. Pass interference is a big one. Okay?
Huge.
And it is...
The egregious one.
It is subjective. Really. It is. And they can choose not to review it, too. You would think...
Well, keep in mind, in the NFL, penalties are still non-reviewable. You can't challenge penalties. You know that, right? You can challenge spot of the ball. You can challenge score. Anywhere the ball goes, you can challenge those. But to my knowledge, there's still no ability for coaches to challenge a penalty.
Okay.
Which I always thought was fucking weird.
That helps my case. But anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
I thought they could, but...
It might now, but I know red flag does
up.
not... That's a good point.
But anyway, as far as football goes, only so many possessions, the impact that penalties have.
A coach cannot challenge that a holding penalty should have been called on a player, but they can challenge the spot of the ball after the play is over. Yeah, so.
Okay. So yeah, that just helps my case. And basketball is kind of the same thing to a lesser degree, because they score 2 points, you get the ball back. So you're going to have many more possessions. And
You said basketball was middle or easiest or hardest? I can't remember.
middle. I think baseball's hardest.
Okay.
Baseball's hardest because you can definitely have... I think it's... I don't want to use the word easy, but I think it would be easiest for a team to basically lock the game up, take it completely out of the officials' hands. Football, I think, would be the hardest to do that. Basketball, I think there's much more opportunity to even the score. Like I said,
So you had basketball.
you lose possession of the ball, and the worst case scenario, they score 3 points. Not insurmountable. You could have a series in football. You can have a series go to shit, and there's 7 points up. Yeah, you're getting the ball back, but
So you think basketball's middle, football's easiest, baseball's hardest.
also if you compared football to basketball, there's a lot more penalties you can get.
In
right?
what?
In football. Right?
Yeah, not a lot. A few, I would say. But the problem is, if you get, let's say you're a lineman, and you hold somebody, 5 times in a game, you don't get ejected. You don't have to leave. But you can foul out in basketball. 5 fouls, you're gone.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
I didn't consider that.
So that actually... Does that change my answer? You know what?
It doesn't change my answer.
I don't know, man, because I'm still gonna stay with. I think football's in the middle. No, I take that back. I think football would be the easiest. I think baseball's in the middle. I think basketball is the hardest. Football, just because of the ways that you can call penalties and shit and then not be reviewable. You can do that in basketball also, but baseball, everything's reviewable now. Like, except your strikes and your pitch.
Well, no. I would say I'm not too sure that's accurate.
What? Your foul balls and you're at the plates. So if you run,
I want to say there's some things that they can outright refuse to review
in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, your pitch.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, recently, and this was like in the last 5 years, they took away the manager's ability to protest the game.
Yeah, that's been a long time.
And that was, to me, that's fucking bullshit.
Sorry about that.
Because you have problems with umpires like Angel Hernandez. And if it's just an absolute shit show, the managers used to be able to protest the game.
I don't like
say
how
this is fucking bullshit.
The
there
managers
needs to be
that were-
consequences for it.
Yeah.
They can't do that anymore.
The managers that were calm, that would come out and peacefully try and talk, and then I don't know. I feel like if you're an official in a professional capacity, you automatically have a god complex because you do have good officials. All right, you do have good umpires in baseball that make great calls. When the coaches come out to talk to them, they stop the game and they look you in the eye and they acknowledge you like a human being. Mm-hmm. Joe West, Angel Hernandez did not do that. They God complex. You talk to me, you said 3 words, you're fucking gone. That's not right. I don't
agree
know
with
you. They should.
I don't know if that was so much. Angel Hernandez is just incompetent.
Yeah, his low
He's
IQ.
just shitty at his
dumb.
job. Joe West was on a fucking power trip every night.
Yes.
That's the difference between those two guys. I don't know if Angel so much had an ego. He just sucks. Joe West sucks, and he had a fucking ego.
Sucks on
He would
purpose.
get into pissing contests with the players.
Yeah.
And when I watched that fucking documentary about Donaghy, it was kind of the same thing. He talks about how, the refs were in the locker room and how, yeah. If they had a fucking brush up with a player or whatnot, it was game over.
So now,
They would just tee off on him.
Did you hear the thing about Joey Bosa when when the Chargers were in the playoffs and the ref that called the shit on him and got in his face? Because it was...
You're talking about recently?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, well, weeks ago. But
yeah, that shit
if you watch the ref that got in his face, bro, you don't have to do that. He took that. He was baiting him. And I think personally, that guy needs fired. He needs shit canned. He definitely needs shit canned when the shit that came out about his kid gambling on the game. But
are you fucking serious?
Look it up after the show. But he obviously ran up to Bosa and kept jawing at him. Yeah. All right, that was an obvious video when we watched that. You don't need to do that. He should have been reprimanded. And in my opinion, right there, he should have been fired. Because why go up to and talk to that guy? Because you're God complex, right?
Yeah,
and then it did come out. Again, we'll do some more research on this. But his son or somebody in his family was betting on football. I don't know if I take it back. I don't know if it was that exact game, but it's to the point where the guy needs to be gone. Disregard. That was the Michigan fan. So I got those two mixed up. There's another ref that fucked some shit up, and it came out that his son was gambling. The fan that talked shit to Bosa, Joey Bosa, had a dust up with Garrett Wilson.
Stop. What game are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Chargers playoff game.
The Chargers playoff game.
That came down to the wire.
Yes.
And
I saw the video of Joey walking off the field, and the ref
slammed his helmet twice.
This was before that.
Yes, yeah.
The ref ran him down. The ref ran him down, and then So that was uncalled for. I agree. That ref needs shit canned immediately.
So it came out that after the game, Garrett Wilson got on social media. He's a former Ohio State wide receiver. He's actually offensive rookie of the year and wide receiver for the New York Jets. Earlier in the season, week 3, 4, whatever, that same ref was reffing their game, and there was an obvious holding call on Garrett Wilson. And he said, "Ref, you need to keep your eyes open. This guy's been holding me." That ref turned to Garrett Wilson and allegedly said, "This isn't Ohio State, boy. You're not going to get those fucking calls here."
Wow.
So then somebody did some social justice or whatever, dug it in. That ref, guess where he's from?
You're talking about the same ref that threw Bose out?
Yes.
Okay.
Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay.
Home of the Wolverines.
Yeah.
He has family that went to the University of Michigan. I don't know if he graduated from the University of Michigan, but he is an avid University of Michigan fan. It just so happens that the two players that you crossed during this season, Ohio State players.
Yeah.
So right there, there's some collusion. There's some goofy fuckery.
Yeah.
And some shit needs to be investigated. I cannot remember which instance I was referring to with the son gambling. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do some more research, and we'll talk about that next show. I got the two mixed up in my head.
It was just funny because I got, it's a...
But I think there's shit going on. I do. I'm not going to come out and say I think the NFL's rigged 100%, but I think there's some fuckery. And I'll stand by my 3 that I listed there, even though I do think, I don't know, the more we talk about it, the more I think football would be the easiest. Or baseball and football are even. I don't know. Those are opinions, of course, though. I think the modern replay...
Oh, the other thing I want to bring up, in that documentary, Donahue makes a point about how they, as refs, had to check themselves when it came to dealing with, like, LeBron. LeBron was kind of a superstars, basically.
Yeah.
LeBron was a bad example because I think
he was tail end of that. He was new in the league when that guy was on his way out.
But he makes a point to say that they had to check themselves when they were dealing with superstars because nobody wants to come to a game and to see LeBron play and see him foul out.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But you also have to keep the integrity of the game.
Exactly. So they're playing loose and fast with the rules. They can't keep their egos in check. Yeah.
And I think it's rough because when you see a basketball ref letting them play, letting the elbows fly, or letting some post work get a little fucking nitty gritty, right? Mm-hmm. That ref is automatically people are like, "Well, you can't fucking see, man. Open your eyes. He's fouling him every time," and I think it's really hard to be that ref. Mm-hmm. It does because you want to let him play. You do, especially basketball.
Well, the thing is, the consistency is key. But when you got refs like that asshole that threw Bose out, you got guys like that. It's like
he threw him out. He baited him. He might have got his second. Yeah,
I think that was his second technical.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. Technicals basketball.
But it costed the Chargers the game. Essentially, that's what kills me. And then you have the Cincinnati game.
Yeah.
Was bad.
Yeah, and unless if you don't lock that shit down, you're not going to have any hope of having any consistency.
And I don't want to shit on every NFL ref. Obviously, there's the Gene Sterators of the world who are, we fucking salute you.
I read an article the other day where a guy was commenting on this. He was like, it sucks because guys like him don't continue reffing.
They
don't continue reffing. They end up in the New York office.
He's a 6-figure ref who's going. Yeah, he's going into a cushy fucking job here soon, and just a stand-up guy. I mean, I've maybe disagreed with 3 of his fucking calls, and he's usually the announcing call. He's to me he's the face of referees on the good end. The guy that did the shit to Bosa is the other spectrum. I know for a fact he's fucking dirty because he's done some shady shit consistently. Gene Steratore, to me, great fucking referee. I think they should have bred him into referees and just kept his lineage going. But
he's not a goddamn racehorse, Craig.
He should have been, dude. The guy is fucking, you've seen him, right? He's old as shit, and he can still fucking run that sideline. I've seen him take hits from like DeMarcus Ware and like get fucking leveled right back up, hat on, fucking going to play, whistle in hand, ready to go.
No.
They don't make him like Gene Steratore anymore. Yeah, sports. It's weird to be that invested in something that the possibility of it being rigged would shatter so many people's world. I mean, but you're never going to know at the same point. No one's ever going to come out and be like, here's the dirty world of sports. Except for that ref, but to a certain degree.
NASCAR.
You've said this for years, and I chose not to believe it, but I don't know anymore. Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really even have a desire to talk about it because that sport has just crumbled.
It's not when you have
there's a bunch of
golden
other
era of something that people talk about. It's not where it used to be.
There's a bunch of other small series that have started up, and there's been a renewed interest in like smaller circuits and dirt track racing and stuff again, which I'm glad to see. Because NASCAR fucking sucks.
I work next to a legendary dirt track racer from back in the day.
Really?
Raced modifieds like a fucking madman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shows me pictures every week. Brings in, he had modified, 350s that he put in these things and fucking sent them sideways at Midvale. And yeah, he's a great guy. Great guy to know. He's worked for the company I work for a very long time. He's actually retiring in May, and I'm going to be super fucking pissed. But great guy. Always has a wealth of knowledge about fucking vehicles and racing. He's just a racer. He's just one of those guys. He'd race shopping carts if you fucking wanted him to.
I want to build a go-kart.
Yeah, I know, me too. We need room. One of us needs to build a fucking detached two-car garage. But only one of us is paying for the house. You'd have to buy it, Mom and Dad's house first.
I'm not buying the house.
Well, you better not pay for a fucking two-car garage then in the back.
I know what Dad wants for it. I'm like, no. There's too much shit that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's kind of like a bunch of shit. Just go to hell.
Kind of.
The grill. It's got that Detroit. It's got that Detroit lean to it.
With a fucking live gas line into it.
Yeah, I'm wondering like.
Although I think he shut that off because I think it goes to the basement and there's a ball valve down there. Which is a great thing if you have a gas grill in your backyard. That's pretty dope. But no, we'll do it here.
Not if it's leaning over at 45 degrees.
I'm trying to get that pine tree to fall over on the shed in the backyard.
And that thing ain't ever gonna fall over.
I know it's not. It's grandma's.
It's a pine tree.
But it's if it falls, I can make a claim, and then I can claim I can get more than that shed's worth.
I'm waiting for the neighbor's maple tree to come down on the Civic.
I need that shed gone, but I can't afford. I don't want to put another shed there because obviously we've talked about what I want.
Yeah, when are we gonna tear that down?
We have to do that. I have to make up my mind on the pear tree because in order for me to do a two-car garage there, that pear tree's got to come down, and then yeah. I mean, you're talking 50 grand. I'd have to save up.
For a garage? No.
The one I want, yeah.
No.
Concrete slab, right there. What do you mean no?
I priced out
a gravel bottom. Get
I
the
priced
fuck
out
out
a 20 by 30, and with everything, it was like 15 grand.
On a concrete slab.
Yeah.
Maybe okay.
Concrete's actually not that much.
I'll say 30, but I'm running water out there, and I got to run electrical.
That's not that difficult.
And I'm going to run 240.
That's not that difficult. I thought concrete slabs were a lot more.
I was going to say 50 because I want to heat it too, though, and insulate it, and put an office out there.
What size are you going for?
I don't know. I'll walk it out this weekend. Probably not. What'd you say? 30 by what?
I did. I spec'd out a 20 by 30.
Yeah, probably close to that.
Or was it a 30 by 30?
30 by 30. No, I don't want to come 30 this way to the house, so 20 by 30 would be good. But I want at least a 16 by 7 door one 16 by 7 door.
I can't remember now if it was a 20 by 30. I did.
Fuck. This is just us talking about garages now.
I think it was a 30 by 30 slab. Basically have you know who come in, grade
Not a
everything.
pole barn though, right?
No.
Oh, an actual garage.
Honestly, I don't know the difference.
Pole barn.
I don't know
metal
what makes
sheet
it
building.
Yeah.
That's what you spec'd out.
Yeah.
Well, there's the difference in price because I don't want that. Those are hard to heat. I mean, you can heat them, but they're hard.
You can get them insulated though.
You can spray foam it yourself and be half the price, but yeah.
Um,
I'd be all right.
I think it was a 30. It was a 30 by 30.
Did you do insulation?
Slab,
Oh, okay.
and all the insulation added like $6,000 or something like that. Yeah, 30 by 30 with the slab, grading, insulated.
How much is labor though?
I think it was like $18,000
How much is labor?
because I did it without the insulation.
I would want the insulation.
I did it without the insulation, one garage door,
I mean, we could do it on like beer.
and I think it came out to be like 12. Yeah, I think it was like $18,000 for that.
So I'll round up.
$18,000 plus. It was like $3,500 to do the concrete, and then
that wasn't
another
included?
$800 to come in. It would be probably about $800 to have you know who come in and do the grading.
But
And
you,
then
so
the extra
you,
dirt I was going to use to kind of try to make a driveway
well, that's the other thing
to
too.
go up to the garage door.
I have to do blacktop to meet my blacktop in the front, which I was just going to do one kind of catty corner, or not catty corner, one diagonal strip of blacktop.
One of the things that aggravates me about Mom and Dad's house, though, is the whole goddamn property's on a hill.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's just a one big slope.
I'm on a hill too, but I'm on a lesser grade.
Yes.
I can still do
that's
stuff with
part
it.
of why the house is all fucked up, because after 30 years, you know, the ground shifts. That's why the back porch is all fucked up. That's why the grill's leaning.
So so maybe not, I don't know why I was thinking 50. So insulated,
Yeah, you're nowhere
I'll say 30.
You're nowhere near.
I'll say 30 with the driveway. 30 with the driveway extension. A decent garage door. I don't want no, you know who. No
Yeah.
WDs.
Yeah.
And then I want
if
to put
you
an
did
opener
like
in.
plumbing and all that shit and like rigged up for a bathroom, yeah, you'd probably hit 30.
I'm not going to do a bathroom. I'd do a basin sink out there so we can wash up with hot water. Maybe a small hot water tank, yeah. Maybe not. No, I'd have to do...
Yeah, just piss in the sink.
I mean, we could, or the backyard
I do that
that's right
now.
there. But I do want a one-man door on the side. Decent roof. Yeah, insulation is the biggest thing because I'd like to heat it. And if we do like an office / place out there, I think that's where we spend a lot of our time. So obviously during the winter, you want to heat it.
Yeah, I think 30 grand's a good estimate.
Okay.
What size are you saying?
I feel like we'll walk it out. If you want to come over tomorrow or one time this weekend or sometime, I'll walk it out. We'll do some official measurements, but I think 20 by 30 is good enough. 30 feet is pretty big.
Yeah,
I don't want to take up the entire yard.
I went out the one day with the tape measure and kind of stomped out divots.
But I
trying to
want-
keep track. And 20 by 30, I want to say I spec'd out a 20 by 30 as well, and it was pretty low. So I was like, I upped it to 30 by 30.
30 by 30. I don't know if I want to come out 30 feet because we gotta put a fence there, and I want a little space in between the back and the fence.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll walk some shit out and look because I feel like 20 by 30 would give us enough room for all the toys that we're going to be fucking with back there.
Yeah.
But also some decent security. We got to do some stuff with the fences and beef some stuff up. But I think it would give us a pretty
It's nice
awesome
that you
place
have
I know.
the split driveway that goes around the house already,
I know.
because
And it's extra wide, and it's just going to come into I don't know. I might.
and that's
keep
the
it
other
that.
thing, like at the side of our house, it fucking slopes down too. So if we had to try to, and the thing is, I don't think I can get a dump truck or anything back there because them fucking lines are so low.
Yeah.
So like I can run and jump off that hill, swing my arm up and hit the fucking power lines. So like I can't really do any kind of asphalt or anything around the hill and back up into the backyard. I can't do that.
So I think you take some time and maybe save some money out for a house somewhere on a better piece of land than where they're at. If you're not going to purchase that house, because I don't think mom and dad are moving anytime soon.
No, and that's why I'm going to buy land first.
That's fine.
No, I'm seriously thinking about doing that first.
What land?
Buying land first.
If you're going to put a house, I wouldn't.
I mean, I might put a house on when I'm 60.
Don't.
But.
Well, so where are you going to leave this table then if they do move? You're going to try and bring it over here.
Probably in your basement.
No, help me get this garage and we're good to go. Because then I don't know, I want to walk some stuff out because...
If they did move, I'd be living in your basement.
If you did, we'd have to put it back.
I'd be fucked. I'd either be living in your basement or in Papa Smurf.
But, I don't know, I think I want the garage part, but then I want a little, like, piece on the back for either an office or we could do your fucking table back there. That would be alright, too. But I don't know, I feel like I would like an office out there.
You just look out your window at 3 a.m. and you can see the window on the garage lit up blue. Because I'm in there burning shit out.
Eric's over, finishing the job. Yeah, no, that would be dope. But I
go
kind
to
of
call me and then you hear a ringer going on in the other room and I'm passed out on your couch.
I want to leave that gate there too, though. Like,
yeah.
Just redo the gate, like obviously a new gate. But yeah, I don't know. And then if we drive back, we just open the gate, and, close. I'm not gonna get an automatic gate or anything, but because I don't want to shrink the yard so much that the dog doesn't have a lot of room to run around on. But also, I want something that, let's say it snows and I plow and I leave a 4-wheeler with a plow out there. I open the garage out there and I just start pushing off of, until I can open the gate and I just keep pushing all the snow down and do the driveways.
What are we at?
57?
Really? I thought we were a lot longer.
No, I mean, we went quick. Just a fun little catch-up show, really. We didn't get into any of the meat and bones that I wrote down, so we'll talk about some sports.
I just got really tired all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm super hungry. Rachel's making a ham or something. That's on out there. So I can't wait for. But yeah, I mean, if you want to tell the good people where to find us, Eric, we'll be back here Sunday, right, for episode 54. Woo! Well, some more juicier topics for you guys.
You don't have any guests, do you?
Guests?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I could.
No, I'm not saying get anybody. I'm
fill
just
in somebody. I don't know.
The last couple times you've just kind of dropped it on me at the last minute.
Well, that's because they dropped on me last minute. Because we can't get anybody on this fucking thing without canceling.
Cunts.
No. They'll be on eventually. They just... I do have some guests lined up in the next couple weeks, but again, nothing's written in stone. Got to make sure I tell Eric ahead of time so he doesn't fucking try and flog me.
Whoa. Wait.
I like how...
Dude, we're just friends.
We're not friends. We're brothers, you cuck. You were straight up on it, like sitting at midnight, just coming at me, and then you come over and you sat, and I was like, you were like, I don't fucking want to do this, and I was like,
what are you talking about last week?
Yeah, I was like,
you know why that was?
No, listen, and I was like, all right, just shut up and come over, and you're like, all right, I'll be over in 5 minutes.
Hey, you know why that was? I hadn't had any chew for like a day.
I know, and then you come in and you sat right there across from me, and you go, hey, I'm sorry. I was like, dude,
sorry
it's
for getting
fine.
terse with you.
Yeah, terse.
Yeah, no, I started like...
It was fine.
I started fucking wigging out, and I was like, fuck this, I gotta go to the gas station.
You're like, the first person that fucking texts me, I'm just gonna chew up. And I'm like, hey man, I got somebody to be on the show. Oh, motherfucker! Ah! It was fine.
Well, no, it's because I thought we were gonna start way earlier.
No,
We didn't start till 5 again anyway.
That whole day was... Yeah.
Yeah, you told... I have the text message where you're like, we're making a point to go early.
Well...
And I was like, I know how this is going to go. I'm going to get a text message at 5.
Personally,
so we were home. And
you've not said one thing about my hair, so fuck you.
Would you get it black?
Yeah, but it's going brown again. I don't know how. They were like washed out.
You fuck with your hair more than any man.
I don't fuck with my hair at all.
Yeah,
somebody else does.
Yeah.
I don't care what I look like. That bar is set too low. I'm already married. Who am I impressing? I can't even impress my wife sometimes.
You can find us at...
I'm at the point where I gotta turn the lights on when I change.
Jesus
If I see myself naked.
Oh, they took a... Never mind.
You go ahead and tell them where to find us there. Or at 1 hour even.
Yeah, you can find us at Spotify, Amazon Music. Video will be uploaded to YouTube and Rumble. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. We made $5 on Rumble.
Yeah, you told me. I told
And
everyone.
when I checked where it came from, it said something about video battle. And I was like, did somebody pit our video against something? I don't know what the fuck it was, but...
We went up against CNN. I'm just kidding.
CNN's taking L's all over the place. So...
That's cool. I mean,
there's a lot of podcasters out there that get more views than
keep
CNN.
it coming,
right now.
Rumble. I'm not mad.
But anyway,
Had a Prejudiced Dad. That's the best damn. Go ahead.
You can listen to us on Spotify or Amazon Music. All the video uploaded to Rumble, YouTube. Probably in a couple weeks we'll pull some more clips.
Still uploading casually.
Clips will be on Instagram and TikTok. Everything is now Harm's Way Podcast.
25 followers on TikTok. Suck it, Mom.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot more than last time I checked.
People like us. They don't love us. They just like us. But I'll take it. We're almost at 500 likes, 500 total likes or some shit like that too.
Wow. All right. Thanks
Until
for watching.
next time, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Give us a like. Give us a comment. We got one regular commenter out there on TikTok. Thank you for that, Casey. We'll try and get to what you post. But we appreciate you, man. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for the love, guys. We'll see you Sunday. Until then, bye.
Bye.